double up or is it triple as an author, as an editor, and many others that you're about to tell us, yeah? The work of editing. Tell us more about who an editor is and what they do.
What do editors do? Editors exist to... I'm looking for something relatable news to explain the concept.
Yeah.
But it's basically we come in to help the writer communicate. Because every piece of writing, whether it's an email or a text message, has the goal is for every piece of writing to communicate, right?
Yeah.
To the intended audience, so that they understand it, how it was meant to,
Yeah.
or how it was sent out.
Yes.
Yes. So that's basically the gap that editors bridge as well. Editors in different for different types of texts, books, journals, etc. So the goal is communication. So now how do we help you communicate, say what you want to say in the most effective way,
Yeah.
to reach your intended audience? Yeah.
Is it possible for a writer to write their story without an editor's help?
Writing, yes, of course, the writer will write. In
Yeah.
fact, we encourage that when you're writing, don't think about what mistakes you're making. You just let it go, let it flow out of you. But every writer needs an editor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've been at editing for how long?
10 or so years.
Or rather, maybe
11, 12, thereabouts.
I could also ask if this is your first book, huh? And if it is not, or if it is, you have worked in this field of editing for some time, yeah?
Yes.
Tell us about your experience with writers.
Oh, you've asked two questions in
I've
one.
asked two
Or
questions,
do I
okay.
start with this? This is not my first book. I have written for different audiences, children. I've done short stories for adult audiences and young adults. Yes, yeah. So I'm pretty diverse in my writing. I've also done education books with for the curriculum, CBC as well as 844 in the English language, because I'm trained as a teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then my experience now as an editor. You asked what my experience has been working with writers.
With writers, yes.
So I consult as an editor for different publishing houses as well as institutions. My last posting was at a university, so I was editing news publications, really, communication publications and articles, newsletters, all of that range. Writers are now publishing, now book publishing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I've also worked with a number of self-published writers. I've worked for publishing houses now. I don't work directly with writers most times. Sometimes yes, but most times no.
Okay.
Yeah, but as an individual, I've also worked with a number of writers. My experience is that we are trying.
We are trying as Kenyan authors.
As Kenya writes, we are trying. We are definitely making some progress. And I love that the industry has opened up to be it's more accommodative of newbies. You don't need to wait for 10 years to get published. Yeah. So publishing is now made possible for anyone of any age. I love that. And I love that writers are also trying to write. There are more books coming out of the country now more than ever, I think. We have more writers in this day, which is a good thing. Then we have a wide range to pick from, which is a good thing. More stories are being told. My concern is that I find, this might be biased, but I find that more people are focused on writing than putting in the actual work. Okay. There is a lot of writing that happens before you get to say it. Maybe if you're handwriting, before you get the pen,
before you put the pen to paper, there's much more that you should do.
There is a lot of writing. There is the research, there is the reading, especially the reading. And I have problems with. Yesterday I asked a writer, or someone who wants to publish, what are you reading, or what is the last book you read and when? They were looking at me like, well, what do you mean? I am a writer, I'm not a reader.
Yes.
And those two cannot be separated. It's like trying to practice medicine without going to med school.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Okay.
You're doing a disservice to yourself, to your readers, or people will get the book, they will not be able to read it because it's not readable. So I feel like we could do better on the reading, on investing in our writing even before we get to writing.
Okay.
And also not to be obsessed about publishing.
Yeah.
Publishing is like the last thing you
Publishing
do.
is the last thing.
Yeah.
Like the
Try.
cover. The cover of your book is the last thing. Like this one. This hibiscus.
Not the printing, I mean the publication process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the last thing. After now, you have to go through an entire process. Get people to read your work. Let people give you feedback, and not your family members or friends. they will tell you, oh, we are proud of you.
Yeah.
But objective feedback. Read what other writers are reading, attend writing related events, the book fairs, book spaces. Take part in the conversation. That is all part of the package that comes with being a writer. So that by the time you're getting to thinking you can't publish your work, then you have put in some work, and it will reflect. If you don't read, we will know you're not a reader. You're just giving us words.
All right.
So there's more to writing than just assembling words.
Has AI influenced the way our thought process, what comes out in the writing?
The question of AI and the ethical ethical aspect of the content that we're writing. I feel like, for instance, if we are talking about creative writing, you can't have a machine, an app or these tools write for you and pose it as
human beings.
Pose as a human. Yeah, but I feel like technology, there will always be technological advancements. Now the question is how we evolve so that we are not threatened, or how we evolve with it. Because we cannot wish it away, it's already here. Now how do we get to use these tools and still be the writers?
Okay.
I don't know, it's
because now we have ChatGPT.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, especially in campus, for example, we have many would-be writers who should have critical thinking, critical analysis skills, or develop them, be infiltrated by other things like ChatGPT and Google, such that aspect of critical thinking is not developed fully. So when you expect them to write a book like this, it doesn't come as it should. It doesn't come raw from their minds or from their experiences. It's infiltrated by other things that are happening in the environment or in the internet space. Which perhaps can be seen in the kind of books that are churned out by this generation, or the younger or the older. I don't know, as an editor, have you been able to see that, or are we still having genuine, critically thought out processes, trail of thoughts in the writing?
Now we have to start screening works.
All right.
I feel like maybe we might get there, and that point you make about it hampering our critical thinking, then we'll become robots,
Yes.
Which is very risky.
Yes, because it affects how you put out our stories.
Exactly. But if we use them well, since we cannot avoid, we cannot run away from them and bury ourselves. we literally write, most of us at least write using computers. Those are benefits of technology, right? So how we use them so that they're not replacing us or our critical thoughts is really, really important.
Okay. So your parting shot, what words would you have to say to people? Should they write or should they not?
Please write. By all means, please write. But before you write, or as you write, alongside your writing, please read. Read more than you write. I don't know if that makes sense, but please read a lot more.
Should they read different genres, or like if I want to write motivational books, should I read the more motivational books, or I can read whatever genres of literature are there?
You can. It depends. It's not a prescription that you must read this and this. But if you are writing a motivational book, it's only fair. It only makes sense for you to also see what has been written. You must be able to fill a gap, say something new, or say something. Okay, you might not. It's not possible to say something entirely new, but you will say it with your angle, with your perspective. Say it differently. Yeah, especially the motivational books. I have a lot of trouble with most of our writing in that regard, that we are just duplicating the same things. We are not saying anything. If I just remove the title, it's the same content. Yeah.
Okay.
So we really need to read and write more. Yes.
All right.
As readers want to read your work.
All right, so this is the 25th edition of the book fair, Nairobi International Book Fair. Have you been here before?
Yes, of course. I've been here for all these years. Since I joined the publishing industry in 2016, 15, 16. Yeah, I've been here for every one single of them. I think so. I don't think I've missed maybe one.
Okay. So what changes have you seen happen over time, and what future would you want to envisage?
Of course, there are new entrants in the industry, which is nice. You know, we are getting new types of writing. We are getting new readers. We are getting it's a good progress, and congratulations for the 25 years.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is impactful. It changes the conversation around as a nation, around our consumption of literary works.
Okay. So we are grateful that you could make time to come and talk to us about the Diary of the Miaha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate. Where can we get your book?
It's available at the Writers Guild at Nuria Bookstore. Yeah.
Okay. Are you happening to go online anytime soon? Like take it online?
Oh yes, I should have on Amazon. You mean?
All right.
Or platforms like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Yes.
So viewers and listeners, this is Vera Omocha Dinda, the Diary of the Miaha. Thank you so much. We are glad to have had you and to have heard your story. Thank you, and we really appreciate. We wish you all the very, very best in everything that's coming in the pipeline. We can't wait to read more of your story.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate.
Thank you for having me, for reading my work.